Hi, this is Willie Crawford, and I wanted to show you a new piece of software that I'm using lately. It's called Your Own Short URL Pro. And what Your Own Short URL Pro does is it lets you put a URL shortening script on your own domain so that when you create shortened links to use, like for example in your newsletter or in Twitter or in advertisements and things like that, the link that you create has your domain name in it. So instead of using tinyURL or budURL or one of those where you're essentially branding them, instead you can create shortened links on your own site that are basically set up in a MySQL database. And what you're doing there is when you post that link, you're branding yourself instead of branding tinyURL or budURL. You're also passing the link love because the search engine see that link and recognize it as a link to your domain. So you're increasing your link popularity. And the third thing is when you use something like budURL, if people complain about a link for whatever reason, and budURL shuts that link off, it no longer works. And so you could have that link all over cyberspace, and all of a sudden it could stop working because they decided to shut you off. So what this does is by using your own short URL, the script on your own domain, your own server, you control your links. You have greater control over your links. So let me show you the program and how it works. Basically, you can see right here it has a shorten URL feature. It also has a convert text document, and then this lets you view the statistics. The shorten URL feature basically works the same as tinyURL or budURL, and I'll show you that. I've got a notepad over here with some URLs in it, so I'm going to copy these and I'm going to paste them into this field here. So you can see this says really long URL number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to convert all 4 URLs at one time into shortened URLs using Your Own Short URL Pro. What you do when you first set it up is you give yourself a password, and that's so if somebody stumbles across your page somehow, they can't use your script and spam and cause all kinds of problems. So when you configure it, you set up your own password. And I'm going to show you 2 ways you can do these links here. The first one is you can take the generic links and you can put 1 or as many as you want into this field here, and then you just click on this link here that says shorten URLs, and the script this script is installed on my domain of temic.org, so it created a shortened link for really long URL number 1, that's this one, and then for number 2, that's this one, and number 3 is this one, and number 4 is this one. So you can see that these links are now down to about I don't know, 10 to 15 characters as opposed to this huge thing here. So that's the first way the script can be used, and it works beautifully. I use it all the time on Twitter and places like that, and what it's doing is it's also branding me, because now people, instead of seeing tinyURL or budURL or bit.ly, they're seeing Temic, which is my website, and out of curiosity some of them may even type in Temic to see what it is. Okay, going back to the page here where we first pasted those URLs, I'm going to show you one other thing before I show you a different feature altogether. Let's say we wanted to take these first 2 URLs and we wanted to give them custom coding. Say I'm promoting easy push button traffic and I want the link to end with just the EPBT or EPBT1. All you do is type what you want appended onto the domain name, and you space over 1, and you could also install the script in a directory, and then it would be like temic.org/go/ and then whatever you appended onto it. But if I wanted to do easy push button traffic, and I also own the internet marketing, or let's take website traffic PhD. So let's see. So WSTP. Say I want that link. So I want the link to read my domain name plus these 4 characters, and my domain name plus these 4 characters for each of the respective links. You put what you wanted to end in here, and you space over 1 basically, and then you put the URL. So now I can scroll down and click on shorten URL, and it created 2 links. For the easy push button traffic link, it created temic.org/EPBT1, which is what I wanted. And for the website traffic PhD link, it created timic.org/WSTP, which is what I told it to do. That's how simple this program is to use. Now you can also, this convert text document, what it does is it lets you paste an entire document into this field and convert all of the URLs. In fact, it'll convert HTTP, it'll convert FTP, and it'll also convert mail to links. So depending on what you checked, it could look through your email and say a potential newsletter and find all of the mail to links, all of any of these links. I'm only going to do the HTTP links, and if I can find my notepad, I've created just a fake newsletter. I'm going to paste that in the box here. You can see it says example newsletter with a date and then blah 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 and a URL and blah 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 and a URL and etc. And there's 4 URLs in this newsletter. So you paste your entire newsletter into the box. You scroll down, you click on shorten URL, and you can see that it's example newsletter blah 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 and then a shortened URL, example newsletter blah 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 and a shortened URL. It's shortened all the links in this newsletter. And you know, when you are sending out newsletters where you've got huge links that could wrap to a second line and things like that, or you just want it to look prettier, more professional, and you don't want links that are affiliate links that look like affiliate links. Instead, you want those links to be from your domain name. It can be this simple, and that's how easy this script is to use. All you do is just paste it in the field and click shorten URL, and this field here lets you look at your statistics. For example, I've been playing with this today, so I can tell it to show me all aliases that I have, and then all the clicks from the 28th to the 30th is what this means. I could also search on specific terms, and it would look for the aliases basically. So I'm going to scroll down, and you can see I told it this date range, and I told it to show me all the aliases basically. Then I click on process records, and it shows me in tabular form the URL or the alias, and then how many clicks, and it shows when the URL was created, and it shows when the last click was. When you first start out, the table looks a lot simpler, but basically this is the shortened URL. This is for brute force, for example. It's been clicked on one time. This is when it was created, and this was the last click. This is a link that I'm tracking domains for sale. So it was created on the 28th at this time, and the last click was on the 30th at this time, and I've had 289 clicks. That's how simple this program is to use. And I'm going to send you over to the website where you can read all about the features of Your Own Short URL Pro. But the biggie to me is I can set this up on any of my domains, and if you buy a copy, which is like $35, your license allows you to set it up on as many of your own domains as you want to, and which is pretty powerful, because here I'm branding Timic, my website timic.org, so all the shortened links that you saw earlier had Timic in them, and it's huge because I'm no longer sending out URLs with, and in fact what has also happened with some of these services, there's certain ISPs that are actually screening against them because they know that spammers are using tinyURL or budURL and some of the others. So if you're the only one using links from your domain, then you don't hit those spam filters either, and it's just, to me, it's a lot better. So again, I'm going to send you over to look at the page that describes all the features of this script, but as you can see, it's fairly simple. It lets you shorten URLs just by dropping URLs in this box and then clicking the shorten, and you can convert entire text documents. And then this is to look at your statistics. It also lets you edit or delete links. So if you wanted to change where a link directs someone to, you could change that later on. And then you've got your user's manual here. Again, this is Willie Crawford, and this is Your Own Short URL Pro.